Dear students, in this video we will see about various methods of speed control of three-phase induction motor. The first we will see how the speed is similar to other motors in induction motor. So induction motor speed is practically constant like DC shunt motor. So DC shunt motor also speed is practically constant by varying the load, by varying the field, by varying the armature voltage. So we are controlling the speed of the DC shunt motor. So here also we have various methods of speed control of three-phase induction motor. So the main important thing is, so we can control the speed by reducing the stator voltage and increasing the rotor resistance and increasing the load on the three-phase induction motor. So we have these methods to control the three-phase induction motor speed. The main thing is, in DC shunt motor the power factor is not affected. So in DC supplies power factor will not affect, but in AC motors the power factor also will be affect. So we increasing the power factor, we decreasing the power factor, so we can also vary the speed of the three-phase induction motor. This maintains the speed regulation and efficiency of DC shunt motor. So we have simple rheostats to control the DC shunt motor, so which maintains the regulation and efficiency of DC shunt motor. But in this case of three-phase induction motor, it is very difficult to achieve smooth speed control. So in smooth speed control, so we cannot achieve, since the speed control achieved by some factors. So some factors and the performance of the induction motor in terms of power factor, efficiency, etc. So get aggressively affected. So here, so like DC shunt motor, so we cannot control the speed of the induction motor very smoothly, since AC supply depends on the power factor. So power factor varies automatically, power supply will be varies automatically, the speed will be varies. So once power factor varies, speed will varies, the efficiency also will varies. Okay. So here we can see torque of the three-phase induction motor relation. So torque is proportional to S into E2 square R2 by R2 square plus S into X2 square, where S is slip of the induction motor. At the time of starting, the slip is high. Once motor picks up the synchronous speed, the slip will be equal to 0. So here at the time of starting, torque will be high. So when starting slip is equal to 1. So once motor picks up the synchronous speed, torque will be equal to 0, since S is equal to 0. So but induction motor never runs at synchronous speed. So it will always runs less than synchronous speed. So slip is not equal to 0 in induction motor. So some of the cases it may be equal to 0, that is rare cases. From the above expressions, we can say that the speed of the induction motor can be changed either by changing the synchronous speed or by changing the slip. So by changing the slip, we can change the speed of the induction motor. Similarly, torque produced in this case of a three-phase induction motor is given by, so here we can see the motor speed N is equal to Ns into 1 minus S. So S varies, speed will varies, right? So here, so if you have a parameters like R2 and E2 are changing and keeping the torque constant. So yeah, by changing the R2 rotor resistance and rotor induced voltage, so we can keep the torque is constant for constant load conditions. Okay. So here we have various speed control methods. So we have two methods mainly. So one is from stator side speed control method, other one is rotor side speed control method. First, stator side speed control methods. So we have 4 different methods of stator side speed control methods. Supply frequency control, supply frequency control, to control the synchronous speed called V by F control method. So, supply frequency. So, here synchronous speed S is equal to 120 F by P. So, here F here is synchronous speed will, where F increases, synchronous speed will be decrease, right. So, this is the one method. So, that method is called V by F control method. And second one is supply voltage control. So, here power P is equal to, in single phase, Vi cos pi. So, in 3 phase 3 times the single phase power. So, voltage increases, power will be increase, input power increase, and voltage decrease, input power will, voltage decreases, input power will be decrease. So, by that also we can control the speed of the induction motor. Next one, controlling number of poles to control synchronous speed. Here number of poles increases, so speed will decrease, the speed of the induction, the synchronous speed of the induction motor will decrease. Next, another method is adding rheostats in stator circuit. So, stator circuit, if you add rheostats, the current flow will be decreased, flux will be decreased, and speed will automatically will decrease. So, these are the 4 methods we have: stator side speed control, and coming to the rotor side speed control methods. So, which is possible for only slip ring type induction motor. So, adding external resistance to the rotor circuit. So, external resistance in the rotor circuit. So, if we add external resistance in rotor circuit, so we can control the rotor current, and we can control the speed of the slip ring type induction motor. So, next one, cascade control method. So, this is also like rotor resistance method. So, cascade control method, rotor side, and injecting slip frequency voltage into the rotor circuit. Here we have rotor frequency is equal to S into F formula, S into F, rotor resistance for is equal S into F. So, here by decreasing the slip, rotor frequency will decrease. So, that is injecting slip frequency voltage into the rotor circuit. So, these are the various methods to control the speed of the 3-phase induction motors. So, next video we will see voltage control method, V by F control method, and rheostat in stator circuit method. Okay, thank you everyone.